look some more, we certainly can, but he kind of takes one last look. I think we found all we can here.
I got some stuff I gotta do back at my ship, so I think we should head back.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm with the other people still. I don't know if we're heading back like currently or not.
They're in the room still. So I mean, like you can kind of like lead the way if you wish. And as you're walking down the hallway, you hear the wind kind of slightly dull. Like it's already pretty quiet, but you hear the sounds kind of really fade slightly as you're walking down the hallway, and you just hear a very disjointed kind of voice on the wind, kind of replaces the sounds of whipping sands from outside. You're kind of looking, it's a sourceless kind of sound. Every time you turn to your right or to your left, it always seems to be in the opposite direction, and it really just disorients you, and eventually you kind of just, you're like spinning in circles, and you notice as you turn around, you see the hallway looks like you're walking down the wrong way. You like see the end that splits that you guys came from. You kind of turn, you like turn back, and you see that same end of the hallway splits. You get off Buzz, and you like try and look around.
I'm gonna look the way that I think we came from, and start sprinting that way. Just like.
Okay. So you sprint.
Where are you going?
This is actually happening with him.
Just by him?
Yep, just at him.
Okay.
So you sprint. You get to the edge of the hallway. You kind of like look, and you kind of cut around the corner.
Yeah.
You see 3 rooms, and you see the edge, the end of that one split in 2 different directions. You kind of turn, and you're now in that same kind of intersection, except you see it goes down, splits after 3 sets of rooms. And you kind of turn in kind of a circle, and it starts to really, almost like a kaleidoscope, sort of shape out that, you're at this nexus of intersections that somehow seem to be branching in that same way, but infinitely kind of scanning around. And it's starting to just kind of, you just try and you take the next one that you think is right. Same thing. You get to the end of the hallway, it starts to branch, same direction. It seems like every time you get to the end of the hallway, you seem to almost appear where you just started. And eventually you kind of, stop, trying to find your bearings, and you're looking around, you don't see Buzz anymore. You don't see anybody. You actually kind of looking around, you've not heard the wind for quite some time, but you still hear that very disjointed kind of.
I'm just looking at my little uplink and like trying to contact somebody.
You're like tapping it, and it looks like it's trying to contact someone, but you're not seeing anything happen. You're like,
slap my arm, piece of junk.
Eventually you just hear the very distant kind of footsteps of someone. Almost sounds like it's close, but at the same time it's like a distant, like the end of the hallway, but almost right behind you.
Zinix?
You look down the hallway and you see a tall figure in a very long coat, kind of striding across the hallway. A very long black hat, 2 feelers pointing out of the top of it.
Oh God.
You see him kind of stop and turn, look
the
in your
Sandman.
direction. The hat's still down, so you don't see the facial features, but you definitely recognize the cloak, the hat.
Stay away from me, sack man.
Kind of, you see the head kind of tilt upwards, and you see the very kind of, almost, it looks like you're seeing the features, but at the same time they're kind of blurred. So you see just like from this end of the hallway, you like just the face that you think might be Skada, but you're not sure. It's very hard, and at the same time, easy to tell. It's throwing you off. There's some sort of like, distortion that you're just not understanding, and you just hear one kind of word as the very comes to a stop. Shock. And he kind of gives you one more tip of the hat as turns and walks, and you hear the footsteps
done to me, Chet? Or just slip me with?
And you hear,
Chatting me?
I didn't do anything.
Who said that?
And you turn around and you see that you're now like sitting on Buzz's shoulders, and he's like standing at the edge of the hallway, but you're looking back and you see the group approaching, and Chet's the first one in front, and he's kind of looking at you strange. You're following in the kind of middle of the group, and you see as he like very abruptly turns around, a very wild-eyed look on his face.
That's normal for him. I think.
Really?
Anything wrong?
Are you all right? And you see Stitch kind of poking around. Yeah, no drugs, my ass.
Were you on drugs?
I'm gonna
Ted?
grab Buzz and like start leading him. Like I'm gonna lean
Yeah,
in one way,
kind
so he starts just sidles over to you, and I'm gonna just grab you by the face and be like,
I knew he was alive.
What did you see?
He's out there somewhere.
What are you talking about?
He said ass shock. I think it was a shock to see me. I think maybe he was just as surprised as I was.
Can I
don't
do
know.
a culture check on that? A shot?
Sure, culture check.
Let's see how this works. I actually have
He did look
12.
surprised, maybe angry, sad. He looked sad. No, he had an upset stomach. I don't know. He gave me a look.
Surprising. It's 20.
20? The name sounds familiar. You're having a hard time place where you heard it, but it was always in a very kind of hushed tone in a way. Like people were kind of hesitant to talk about it. And as you had said, Ashok, you hear like from the side where he was taking another hit from his device, Stitch. You didn't just say what I think you said. A shock?
How did he hear us? Are his drugs giving him abilities to hear us?
I don't know. I don't want to test those out.
I don't know what I said. I didn't say anything. Shut up. I'm crazy.
And he kind of looks at Chet and he's like, yeah, no, I'm out. And Carl's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And the Kasathis in the back is, yeah, that is indeed well outside of our pay grade.
It is, and as employees of this company, you will not question your superiors when they tell you to be quiet about it and say anything.
Chet kind of like places a hand up on Buzz's shoulder, like kind of, like in a pseudo way of like placing a hand on your shoulder, and he kind of looks you dead in the eye, and he's like, I'm sorry, but if there's one place on Akaton that I'm not willing to go, it's that place.
Are you going to forfeit your contract then?
Good luck finding somebody that wants to go to Ashok.
I got him right there.
Do you know what that place is?
I'm willing to find out.
I think there's a lot of hallways there.
Why?
It's the home of the Contemplatives.
Sounds like they try to contemplate something.
Well, you could
Sound
say
like busy
that.
people.
You could say that your mind will
Sounds
break
like Friday
before you
night.
get within 5 miles of that place. There's
So you're
stories.
wanting to forego your contract with us? I'll give you half.
You could pay me 10 times that, and I still won't risk going there. And I suggest, if you think that your friends went there, you just say your goodbyes and move on.
Well, they're not here. We can't say goodbye.
Listen,
He's got a point.
That's kind of the point of this.
I don't know what you think Ashok is, but let me just tell you, that place is given a wide berth
Shocking.
due to the nature of those contemplatives. Their psychic powers are otherworldly.
I think in order to say goodbye to somebody, they kind of have to be like there in front of you. So maybe I'll just I don't know, walk up to a corpse and like wave at it or something. But they need to like be there, or otherwise it doesn't mean much.
Listen, we'll search the rest of the area here as long as we can. But if it means canceling the contract, so be it. But I'm not sentencing us or you to certain doom by taking us there.
Contract said, danger.
Right.
life-threatening danger.
That is otherworldly, though.
Well, I'm all in,
We know that they wander, but they don't roam.
I guess.
That's what I'm hearing. What's that sound?
Well, we can take you back to the hive market and you can try and find someone else. But, to be honest,
Well, I mean, we
Not
can at
gonna-
least take our ship there.
I say we do that.
If we land in the middle of the place, all the contemplatives will be like, wow, look at that, they got a ship.
Contemplate. That's some good logic.
I mean, it seems like a pretty standard reaction.
Hey.
Look, they got a spaceship.
your funeral. And the Stitch just kind of heads out, and the Casathus kind of walks past as well, not saying anything. Carl kind of looks at you guys and kind of, well, best of luck.
I mean, are you guys giving us a ride back, or?
And Chet kind of looks at you, he's like, yeah, of course, but like I said,
Hey, I'll call shotgun this time, swapsies.
I'm not sitting in the back.
I said swapsies.
I'm not sitting in the
That's what
back.
that means.
I don't.
There are rules on Akaton.
I'm not going by that rule. I'm breaking that rule. There are rules on the hackathon.